Good morning, guys. Thanks for joining me today. This is Saturday morning. Nice right now in the shade. It was low 70s down by the water, at the coast this morning. This is inland, about 9 kilometers, so not much difference in the early morning. But it's going to heat up to high 80s today, which is not abnormal. It's normal. Today I'm going to be brief. I am going to respond to comments and questions that come up from time to time. We'll just call it an answer vlog. It'll be brief, but I will address your questions, comments appropriately. And that means that if it's not appropriate to address, I won't say anything. Otherwise, I will reflect on comments and of course answer questions gladly at any time. You don't need to be a subscriber. You can just be a viewer. However, it does not cost a dime to subscribe, so I encourage you to do so. It just helps the channel. You will get notification from YouTube to purchase the premium package, their premium. Well, that costs money, but just to subscribe to a channel does not cost you a dime. So feel free to do so, and I would appreciate it. So I'm going to reverse this and give you a little update. The first question was relative to the cost of the place, and I can't. I calculated about 2 weeks ago. I calculated what I'd spent so far just on the materials and whatnot, of course, and labor. But of course, my labor is free. Good morning. Good morning. And so we won't belabor that, but yes. Running a job saved me a lot of money, and yes, I have quite a bit of experience in remodeling, and I built 3 or 4 houses from scratch, so I have a pretty good idea as to what's going on. However, this place a little different. I mean, the only concrete you see there, and then you can see the bottom or the top of the footer there had this leveled there in the last 3 days to keep a relative of my wife's happy, because they're out of work, and I appreciate that too. Didn't want to exactly do it right now, but had just a little bit of spare money, so that's what we did. And we'll get some gravel on that so it doesn't get mucky, because first rainfall we're going to be in the pig pen. This stuff is so sticky. It's good soil, but boy, there's lots of clay in it too, and it can get really tacky. So we'll drop gravel on that. At any rate, the total cost so far is very close to 1.3 million pesos, of course. And the interior is not finished. I'm going to run 10 millimeter plywood. I'm going to use selenium both sides. I'm going to attach insulation on the top side before I lift it up and screw it to the trusses and cross pieces. So there's still lots to be left. We have some major components for the inside, as in a deluxe shower and a nice laundry sink and kitchen sink. We have various articles as such, and bathroom sinks. However, there are still lots of items to purchase. We do have the flooring also. So all that would be in that figure of 1.3. Uh, Again, it'd be hard to guess how much more I'm going to spend. I don't want to spend much more because money goes and doesn't come back when you don't have a substantial income. So you can't build on Social Security. You can't build a house just with Social Security money. So at least not mine. You can't. So there you go. So. And that was cost of building and future expense. Well, when we're finished, I'll be happy to give you a grand total, and let's just leave it at that. The other thing was Robert left a message relative to driving without licenses here, and people do that, and you'd be surprised how many people don't have licenses. In the city, there'll be checkpoints now and again, and they'll pull people over and ask for your registration as well as a driver's license. And may I say that, in my opinion, a lot of these bikers, and that's the majority of average Filipinos here, that's their mode of transportation, they don't necessarily, have licenses. Not necessarily. I mean, when you get into this rural area here, I mean, there's 12, 13-year-old kids driving around on motorbikes. So there you go. Not too often do I see that, but I have seen it. So, and even in Hasaan. Yeah, it's. And by the way, there are driving schools, but. They teach you just enough to get your license. They don't teach you, driving etiquette. I mean, there is none. And may I say that reflects on family upbringing. Discipline, as I knew it as a child, it doesn't exist here. Discipline, if you're my age, you'll notice the lack of it in children. I mean, even in adults. I mean, when I started building this place, adults would walk right past me, within 4 or 5 feet, wouldn't say good morning or anything, just come right on the property and go talk to my workers, wanting to know whatever, and just not acknowledge you at all. Well, I mean, you can argue that's culture. You can argue it's ignorance, and whatever you want to argue, you can. But I think it has to do with, it begins with discipline. You see that in America too. What kind of respect have young people now for adults, for their job? They have their hand out for the most part. Wouldn't you agree? I don't know about your country, but I see that in the United States. Canada's would be no different. So that addresses that. Now the other thing was, one party asked that I greet viewers every time on a video. Well, I think I do. I say, hello everyone, or hi everybody. Sometime I add, well, hope you're doing fine, and I hope you're doing fine today. But people don't have time, expats don't have time for a 2 or 3 minute welcome. I mean, they want to watch a video and get off, or they'll go to another channel that doesn't waste time. So if your culture demands a long introduction, etc., I'm sorry to disappoint you. It's not going to happen. I respect the people's time. I respect your time. And I will say hello and close it out when I'm done. And I hope you can appreciate that. If it's a cultural thing to be brief, then please understand that. If your culture demands more, well, just please understand that that's not going to happen on this channel. I respect everyone, and I appreciate everyone who views. And I appreciate everyone who subscribes. Again, it doesn't cost a dime to subscribe. And I certainly don't try to be offensive to anyone, because I respect your culture. I respect your time. I respect you, period. So I'm certainly not going to try to be offensive in any way. My introductions will be short, brief, and so will my closing. The other thing is, they're concerned that I wasn't giving an exact location, where exactly I am. May I please encourage you to go back in my other videos. I mentioned the area much. You can pick that up there. Watch the other videos. I'm not going to waste time telling you exactly where I am all the time. By the way, I think you yourself would appreciate a little bit of privacy. I'm certainly not going to tell you. I don't want people knocking on my door without notice. So please appreciate that. I'm in Mindanao. That's the large bottom island in the Philippines. I'm on the northwest side, northwest coast, just off the coast at this particular location. The apartment rental is right on the water, and that's until this place gets finished here. And of course, it was also mentioned that my travel vlog was very, very boring. Well, if you are acquainted with this area, if you are from the Philippines, and I appreciate all you Filipinos watching, yeah, it's going to be boring for you because you're used to the road conditions, you're used to the vegetation. But consider hundreds and thousands who don't see it, haven't seen it, and are very interested in what the Philippines is like, what the vegetation is like, from the highway, from the yard. So you must appreciate that vlogs are trying to accommodate various people from various cultures. So I try to make it not boring by talking about something very specific and important, and I'll try to do that. Certainly, just a travel vlog just is boring. I've watched them, and I agree with you totally. It's boring, but I did have an important subject to discuss at that point, and it was relevant to driving and the roads. So I hope that nicely answers your question. So for now, that's gonna be it. I'm gonna wrap it up. Appreciate you watching, the viewers and subscribers alike. Hope you have a very good day. I'm gonna start grabbing a shovel here and hitting some corners here and leveling some things out because the gravel is coming Monday. So with that, have a good, and I say so long. Bye now.